Welcome to the RC Community Sticker Project, brought to you by Fast Freddy RC. In today's video, we're doing a shout-out to RC Birds. Great guy, awesome projects, mein Freund.
So for step 15, attaching the rear upper arms. If we were building this as a two-wheel drive, we would ignore this and we would just do step 15 and continue on with the build. But because we are making this a four-wheel steering vehicle, you can see that it's saying refer to 22 to 24 when assembling the model with four-wheel steering. So we actually have to go to the four-wheel steering instructions, and what you're going to notice here is once we've got to this stage, the parts you're going to use are the same parts as how we built the front. See how it's N1, N4, and the upper arm is N6? Well, if we go back to 15, you can see that this still goes on as usual, but these get changed to N6, and then you can see for the two-wheel version, they want N2 and N3, which we're changing to N1 and N4, and then we continue on and put in the regular axles, etc. Well, because we're doing this as the four-wheel steering, what I have to do at this point is we're going to put this on, because that's in both versions, but we're going to have to go over to the four-wheel steering side and start here. And so we're going to do this step, and we're going to do step 2, because that is all going to replace steps 15, if we can get there. It's going to all replace steps 15, step 16, and step 17, because it's all different for the four-wheel steering side, as well as step 18. It's all different. Then at 19, you can see we're going to start working on the dampers. But for right now, we're going to go to the four-wheel steering option. We're going to put this on for step 15, but everything else here from 16 to 18 is getting replaced with steps 1 in the four-wheel steering instructions and step 2. So I'll set this up and we'll get started. So now that we've got all of our pieces ready to go, let's install this piece first, which again, just like the front, is going to sit basically right there. And I think to some degree it offers another level of support in that, you know, when we put these two pieces together, they've obviously been screwed in, but this, because of that ridge that's there and the ridge that's on the plastic, when this is sitting there and it's all screwed in, it's also helping with the rigidity of the chassis because it's holding everything together. So let's put these ones in. So if we, and again, I'm going to do my usual, I'm going to screw this in. Oops. But I'm going to just do it step by step so that I'm not screwing them in completely until I know that everything is going in fine and nothing's binding. That seems fine, so we've got the last one to do on the back side here. There we go. Now, all these feel fine, so I'm going to start screwing them in all the way now. And move back to the top. Let's do it this way. Yep. Okay, those two are in, so we'll do the same thing for this side. All right, so that part is on. So now that we've put this piece on in step 15, we're now moving to the four-wheel steering. So you can see right off the bat, we need to put together N1 and N4, and there's going to be two of them. And again, just like we did with the front, you can see the shape of this one, and you can see the shape of this one, and you can see that there is a mark, like a little raised plastic there. You can see there's raised plastic on that side, so that when these go together, those markings show up on the same side. So you don't want to put it together that way, because then the marking is on one side and one's on the other. We need to put them together just like that. So in order to do that, we take our MA3 screws and we're going to screw these in. Just like that. And because they're tapping screws and this is a softer plastic, we just want to go in enough that, you know you're at the end. It's almost like once you feel it pull, do another one little extra twist and you'll know that they're on. So there we go. There is one of them ready to go. So we'll build the other one. Again, note direction of the little marking. We need that marking there. Put them together. And we'll put the screws in to the plastic. Same again with the other side. And I can feel once they get to the end. Yep. And one little twist. And one little twist. And again, don't over tighten, because with it being soft plastic, you're just going to end up stripping them out. So there we go. There are our two arms. So now we need to put on N6. So these are the same parts that we used for the front. And again, note direction. So when this is going in, you can see that there's the back side, but on the and that's the side that we want to see facing forward, essentially, or backwards, however you want to do it. You can see there, that's got to go into this hole here, and we're using a step screw for that. And they're showing you that they want you to grease up the step screw. So we'll do that. And that screw is going to go through this hole right here, and it's going to go into the raised part of that plastic on this side. So I'm going to hold that there, and we're going to screw this in. Now I just want to make sure that it's going in correctly, which yes, it is. In fact, I'll hold it this way so you can see what I'm doing. And again, it says don't over tighten, and that's because we need to be able to keep these loose so that those arms can move easily enough. So that one is done, and we can grab the other one. Same thing. We're going to need to grease up our step screw. And you don't need to go, too much with the grease, but just make sure you've got enough on it. And again, it'll be this side with it open, not closed, and we're going to be screwing it into the raised section. Where did my screw go? Oh, of course, I put it in already. So same idea again. We're going to put that on, hold it firm, and make sure that this screw is going into the hole correctly. There we go. And again, we're not going to over tighten, so we'll just get it in all the way. I can feel that it's pulling, but I'm not going to over tighten it. So there are the two upper arms ready to go. And so now what's left is putting on the arms, the lower arms. Now for this, I find the easiest way to do it is just turn the whole thing over. Because you know, for example, when it's sitting like this, you can see that they want the arm that comes forward or out is facing the far back. So we can just turn this over and start working on it, this is just a lot easier to do. And again, they want you to grease the pin. So we'll do that. Now I'm not going to overdo it, but I'll put enough. And again, the arm that's facing the back is the one that sort of juts out. And we're going to slide that through. And now we can screw it in place. And again, don't over tighten, but you're gonna know because as soon as you get to the end, it's in. But you can see everything is nice and loose. So same again, let's take our other screw pin. We're gonna just grease it up a bit. Grab our other arm, and again, that piece that juts out is facing the back. And we're going to put that on, slide this through, slide it through, and screw it in place. And there we go. So there is our lower arms and our upper arms all in place and ready to go. So step one of the four-wheel steering is complete. So now we're going to move on to step two and work on the rear uprights and then put in the dog bones, etc.